time is 6:20 a.m. Good morning. The news headline: New terror group emerging in Nasarawa state that needs to be tackled before they get out of hand. The news info: The security challenges facing the country, which has caused great loss to the country, we may not have gotten to this terrible level. Now, if these unlawful groups were tackled, immediately it was noticed that they were becoming dangerous to the society. Recall that in the northern region, bandits, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and other terror groups have unleashed mayhem on the residents of the region. Some residents are now living in internally displaced camps, IDP, due to fear of returning to their villages and encountering these deadly groups terrorizing them. As such, a recent revelation by Governor Abdullahi Sule has it that a new terror group is gradually emerging in Nasarawa state. He made this revelation during an interview with Channels TV. The governor stated that members of a suspected terror group that had infiltrated in Nasarawa had been confirmed to be speaking Fulfud, a language peculiar with the Fulani. The governor, however, said that the new terror group might not be made of Nigerians, as there were Fulani in other African countries. This revelation by the governor should be a thing of serious concern and should be tackled immediately. In the words of the governor about the new terror group emerging in the state, we are concerned, but we are not panicking. We are used to this. People coming in, we will handle them. Though the governor has been giving assuring words that there is no cause for panicking with regards to the new terror group, this should also be a call to the Nigerian security agents to be on alert and thus carry out swift surveillance actions by closely monitoring this new terror group. This group shouldn't be allowed to cause any mayhem within the state and other neighboring states, so that the economic growth and development of the state would not be stunted, which has been the case in most states that terror groups have emerged and carried out attacks. And the news analysis is that in Nasarawa state, it has been said that a new terror group is emerging because the security challenges facing Nasarawa state for quite a while now is actually wallowing and depressing, and therefore we recall that the northern region, bandits, Boko Haram, and ISWAP and other terror groups have been unleashing mayhem on the residents of the region, and a whole lot of people have been forced to migrate to the IDP camp so as to find solace and to find comfort there, avoiding the terrorists unleashing and venting their anger and mischief on them. And as such, a recent revelation by Governor Abdullahi Sule saying that a new terror group is gradually emerging in Nasarawa state, where he made this revelation while he was being interviewed on Channels TV, where the governor stated that members of a suspected terror group that had infiltrated Nasarawa had been confirmed to be speaking Fulfude, which is a language that is peculiar with the Fulani. However, the governor said that the new terror group might not be up of Nigerians, as they were Fulani in other African countries that were coming around to Nasarawa state. The revelation by the governor should be a thing of serious concern and should actually be tackled seriously, but the governor was quoted to say that they are not panicking because they have a whole lot of people coming in and they are going to handle them, while the governor was actually assuring the people of the state that they should not be dismayed because everything is under control. However, if we relate this to things that have been happening in Nasarawa for quite a while now, one will say that it is enough reason to actually be scared, because there was a time where Boko Haram was carrying out attacks in Nasarawa state, and the governor of the state actually was lamenting and calling the attention of Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, while the governor once said early this year that the terrorists had regrouped at the Nasarawa-Benue border, for where they launched attacks on residents after they were initially displaced by soldiers from the total parts of the state. The governor had once said that some of the Boko Haram members in the state were those dislodged by security operatives from neighboring Niger State. A counter-narrative says that the governor's revelation contradicts the federal government's claim for a few years back that the Boko Haram insurgents only operate in the northeastern states of Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe. It also contradicts several claims by the military and federal government that the insurgents have been totally defeated. On how he was sure that the attackers were members of the Boko Haram, Mr. Sule said that those captured in Niger said they are members of the terror group whose activities have caused tens of thousands of deaths in Nigeria. I have come to see the leader of our party and the leader of the nation and our father, Mr. President Buhari, to brief him about some of the activities happening in my state, especially first in the area of security, that we continue to have challenges with a team of Boko Haram who had settled at the border with the FCT. The Governor Abdullahi Sule, was quoted as saying to President Muhammadu Buhari, further saying, and we thank the security forces that they have been able to dislodge them, but they have gone back and gathered at our border with Benue, and they are causing a lot of havoc. And this was the meeting that Abdullahi Sule had once had with President Muhammadu Buhari to discuss the mayhem going on in Nasarawa State, where he said that when he came to meet the president the last time, that he appealed to him that the then Department of State Service, SSS, the police and the Air Force and the Army had a joint operation to dislodge the terrorists that had camped in a particular place in Nasarawa State, and that when they dislodged them, a lot of them were killed and some of them ran away and left members of their families. And they had to take hostage of about 900 members of their families in Lafia, including children and wives. And the special forces which they have in Doma, Nasarawa State, took the hostages, and a lot of interrogations were done, and most of them actually confirmed that they were indeed Boko Haram. And now again, this is a new one coming up if care is not taken, and if they do not quickly see to it as soon as possible, it may actually lead again to another mayhem within the state, and even enter into other neighboring states, and this may cause economic growth, a setback in the economic growth, and also make another tons of emerging attacks on the citizens of the country. Thanks for listening. Good morning.